One of the classic races in all of track is the Baxter Mile. The meet record, 3:56.6, set by Tommy O'Hara in 1964. The indoor record, 0.2 of a second faster, set by Tommy O'Hara a week later in Chicago. In this field, on this occasion, are 3 sub-4-minute milers, and also the fellows who finished 1, 2, 3 in last year's NCAA championship. They are by name Dave Patrick, Tommy Van Ruden, and Richard Romo. Also in the field, Dave Bailey of Toronto, Tim Danielson, a freshman at Brigham Young who was a high schooler, had a sub-4-minute mile last year, John Camion, the veteran from the New York AC, and Barry Brown of the New York AC. At the starting line now, getting their final lane assignments. Final word from the officials. The handshake. Villanova on the right, I think he's within view on your screen. That is the favorite, Dave Patrick, who just last week ran 4 minutes, 0.6 of a second in the Federation meet here in the Garden. Moving to the outside now is Dave Patrick. He's the blonde-haired fellow with the Villanova shirt. And the favorite in the race. We'll spot the others for you as they come into competition. 11 laps of this Madison Square Garden track. Jim Beatty, this was your event. And let's see what kind of a race develops. We haven't had a sub-4-minute mile in the Garden in 3 years.
Jim, that's right, and I think that if I win that race, I would be saying to myself, well, I'm going to run the last 4-minute mile ever run in the Garden.
Tim Danielson, the Brigham Young Frage, has taken the lead right now. Dave Patrick, however, is moving into second place and staying close.
I think Dave Patrick not only wants to win, but he wants to break that 4-minute mile, particularly here because, as you know, Villanova for many, many years has been a popular track power in the Garden.
They certainly have, both in the relays and individual events. Danielson, however, the Brigham Young freshman, only the second high schooler ever to run under 4 minutes while in high school, is in the lead. Patrick is second. The rest of the field still plenty close enough to make their bid at any time.
Bailey from Canada, running number 3, Jim, is the first Canadian sub-4-minute miler.
That's right. Richard Romo is in 4th position right now, running for the Southern California Striders. 60.8 for Danielson on the first quarter unofficially, Jim.
Jim, that's not bad tempo. I think that they probably would have preferred about 1 second faster than that, but that's not a bad tempo.
Dave Patrick will no doubt be seeing later on this season at the NCAA indoors in Detroit. And, of course, many of these fellows could be the Olympic Games in Mexico City in 1968. Remember that ABC will also be there.
Many people, Jim, thought that the gentleman running last, number 3, Barry Brown, would be a rabbit in this race, but as we see, he hasn't been near the front at all.
That's right. Richard Romo has just made a little bit of a move from 4th place into 3rd place. Former University of Texas runner. Tim Danielson still the leader. Dave Patrick, the NCAA champion, in 2nd position.
Jim, I think the tempo's been running so much slower than they would have preferred for a 4-minute mile.
Patrick Bailey.
Half-mile time coming up. 2:02 and 4/10 unofficially, Jim. They could still do it.
Half-mile time, 2 minutes, 2 and 1/10 seconds.
The crowd shouting for a little more speed out there. Madison Square Garden crowd,
Jim,
are traditionally tough. Yes,
Jim, I think we're going to see the tempo pick up considerably as they cross the line on this lap, the full lap to go.
Okay, well now Dave Patrick has decided to take the lead, and the crowd likes that. Tim Danielson in 2nd place. Moving up on him is Richard Romo, and also Tom Van Ruden running for the 49ers Track Club. And now Van Ruden in 4th position tried to make a little move to go past Romo, but is going to hang right on his heels. Danielson still the leader. Dave Patrick second. Dave Patrick the leader, Tim Danielson second. Danielson the early leader in 2nd position.
3 quarters gone, Jim.
Right, and the unofficial time coming up is 3:02 and 1/10.
3 quarters, 3 minutes, 2 and 1/10.
Dave Patrick now starting to move out. He could run his first sub-4-minute mile here. He almost did it last week on this same track. The NCAA champion really flying now, and the crowd with him all the way. This is one of the great moments in sport, isn't it, Jim? I know you always love to run indoors here.
Yes, I did, Jim. There's no place in the world like running in Madison Square Garden, particularly if you're running the 1-mile run.
Watch the clock. It looks like he may do it. That's the gun lap. Think he's got it, Jim?
Jim, I think we're going to see the 4-minute mile.
Dave Patrick all alone, very much as Tommy O'Hara was here. official watching at 3:59.1. It looks like unquestionably Dave Patrick of Villanova has run his first sub-4-minute mile. Jim, can you put into words what might be going through his mind right now?
I'm sure that Dave Patrick is saying, I finally made it. I know that this has been on his mind for a long time. And to get yourself mentally and physically ready for that one great moment, particularly on an occasion like the Baxter Mile at Madison Square Garden, it's just this indescribable feeling. And I'm sure Dave Patrick will never forget this moment.
Let's listen to the crowd applauding. Having once gone through that barrier, there sometimes are no limits to what a man can do. Dave Patrick has made the biggest step of his life, and we'll be back in a minute for a word with the winner at the New York AC Indoor Track and Field Games. And if there was any question in Dave Patrick's mind, here's the official time. He did it all right, 3:59.3. Second place to Richard Romo, and third place to Dave Bailey of Canada. Now here's Keith Jackson with Dave Patrick.
Thank you very much, Jim. It must be a very happy night for you, Dave.
Yes, it is. Very happy for me.
I believe this is the first time you've broken 4.
Yes, it is. It feels pretty good.
I imagine you're looking ahead to the spring when you'll have another good, solid run at it outdoors.
I just hope I don't get injured or sick. That's all.
Dave, you take part in the 2-mile relay for Villanova University. Are you going to continue to double up this summer?
Most likely in a few races, but not really too many.
Now that you've broken the 4-minute barrier indoors, do you think you'll spend a little more time on the mile?
I hope to, but we have such a good relay team. I hope to be running that too.
You're from Baltimore, Maryland. How long have you been taking part in track, Dave?
Well, I started my 10th grade, my sophomore year, and been with it ever since.
Well, you've come very fast, and you've got a very bright future. We congratulate you for a 3:59.3 performance.
Thank you very much.
Dave Patrick, Villanova University, winner of the Baxter Mile. Now again, Jim McKay.
Patrick has the select list of only 9 men who have run the mile in less than 4 minutes indoors. The first, of course, was Jim Beatty, our expert commentator today. And this is a view to remember, our final look at old Madison Square Garden. Since the 1920s, it has been the world's greatest indoor sports arena.